how far are we? Is there in your respective areas a good understanding of the speed at which all the TRL levels need to kind of be achieved, or do they have a people gap, right? Is there a skills gap in AI? Can you have those conversations with them, or is it more like R&D is going to do this, then hand over to other teams, and then hopefully somebody in the industry will pick it up? Nacho, you seem to be very eager to answer.
Yes, let me try to pose this nicely and simply. I believe there is a very, very huge gap because there are certain type of entities that even do not want to talk about this kind of deployments until the standards are applied, the commercial mainstream is there, the spectrum is licensed in the respective countries and areas, and then they start to talk about that. So there is a huge gap because we need to be working years in advance that this happens, of course, for it to be ready when the moment happens. So you can sometimes only engage them in this kind of a very small scale projects, very small scale initiative with very controlled environment, with your own private under control spectrum and so on. So this gap, and I don't know if this would be solved because this is how, you know, the mobile communication world evolves and has always worked. So I don't think it's people gap, but more temporal gap and their lack of understanding of what will be able to be done until it's there. So this must always bear in mind in these conversations.
Yeah. Claudio, any comment on that?
Yeah, from my side, I think that there's a gap also in terms of the skills, basically, that our developers and engineers have to come up with, because essentially, if we look ahead in the near 2 to 5 years, there will be a massive AI improvement in terms of model, and what will happen most likely is that there won't just be one AI model taking care of a specific mechanism, but there will be basically an ecosystem of interacting AI models. At that point in time, if the developers are not skilled enough, the risk is really that we don't know anymore who's accountable for what, right? So I really foresee that in terms of gap, what we really have to fill in is a clear understanding of what either on the one side what the AI models are actually capable of doing, and then on the other side of what the networking, let's say, ecosystem in terms of developer, practitioners, engineers, MNOs, and etc. Know about AI in the first place. So this is really the main takeaway from this, that we need really to make sure that all the people working in this ecosystem actually become skill and knowledge to actually make sense of it.
Okay, George.
Yes, I fully agree with Claudio in the sense that I also recognize a kind of gap in the fact that you know, the developers and all the people that are involved in this process is something new for them. So we need to engage them somehow with initiatives that will give them the knowledge to understand better the integration of AI and how to improve the network's operation. So all in all, that I think that the focus should be on the people that will be involved in this process, and afterwards, you know, the testing and all the activities can take place in a smaller scale environment. So to have a better understanding in order to move to the larger scale.
What would be the one thing that you guys think that could really accelerating adoption in terms of time, accelerate the adoption in terms of having those conversations with end customers? If there's one wish that you had to kind of move things forward in a successful way, what would it be?
For me, quick standardization and large-scale deployments where the outrageous speeds that can be achieved are demonstrated. These two things.
Claudio?
to me, it's really about making provable what the AI models are doing, in the sense that make sure like they are interpretable, explainable, that are understandable by all layers, stakeholders, network operators, practitioners, engineers, etc. This will really accelerate and boost confidence about the integration, the real integration in production network.
And George?
I fully agree with both guys previously. I mean that, of course, standardization is, again, a major aspect. And I would say that collaborative partnerships within the different domains could help in creating a more mature environment for a wider acceptance and earlier acceptance of these innovations.